Trinidad and Tobago's women beg for support again. And the FIFA 19 demo is out. This and more in one moment. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Extra Time TV. This is Andrew Sooklal. It's a bit different. It's called the EXTV Football Talk, where we break the topics down into digestible bites. What I mean by that is sometimes the videos can get really long. So what we've done is, if you look at the graphic, we've put the content and the topics in the order in which we speak about it, and there are time codes in the description. You just click on that and you go on a topic you'd like to discuss. There used to be annotations before, but YouTube has changed it, so that way you can choose the topic you would like to speak about, and whenever you're ready, after you chill out, kick back, you can listen and look at the entire video. But for those of you who don't know, let's get into the first topic. Let's talk about the Trinidad and Tobago women's national team. For those of you who don't know, Trinidad has been grouped in Group A along with Mexico, Panama, and the United States. Should be great, right? Wrong. Things are bad. A major stalwart in the national team, Lauryn Hutchinson, who is a friend of mine. We've done interviews with her before. You can check them out. She has been pleading on social media along with other teammates for assistance once again. This is not the first time. But before we get into that topic, let's hear what Lauryn had to say.
Happy Thursday, everyone. For those that keep up with me, you know that my social media is all about positivity. The purpose of my social media is to inspire people. But right now, I really need your help and I need you on board. Right now, my teammates and I are struggling to put together the resources that we need to qualify for a World Cup. 4 years ago, this was the same story, the same narrative, but it's even worse this time. Anyone that knows me, I like to put things in motion. I like to put a plan in place and execute. We do not have a ton of resources and a lot of help from our federation. And this is where you come in. Right now, today, we do not have an official training camp before CONCACAF. We want to bring the team to Richmond. We want to create our own camp. If you have any resources that you can donate to us, please, please, please reach out to me. If you're willing to host a player or two in your home for a few days, if you have extra, water, if you've got snacks or bananas or anything that you can donate, if you can buy a t-shirt that we're getting ready to drop so I can get my teammates here, transportation, support, field time, training, strength and conditioning, anything that you're willing to donate, please help us. Let's get the team to Richmond ASAP, because right now we have no support. We have no coach. Supporting us is not just going to help me. It's going to help my teammates. It's going to inspire all the little girls in Richmond and around the United States that follow us and support us. And it's going to inspire an entire nation, the nation of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm done waiting. I'm done sitting back and just watching. It's time to put things in motion. We're already late. We're already way behind. So please help us. Please reach out to me. It could be anything. It could be the smallest thing. Help us out.
Yep, it is definitely pretty shocking from Miss Lauryn Hutchinson. And also from her teammate, Aaron King. She had this to say on her social media. 21 days away from our final stage of World Cup qualifiers with no camp and no official coach. This is madness and we've had enough. Help us make a change for women's football and to inspire Trinidad and Tobago. Hashtag I stand with TWSW, which stands for I stand with the Trinidad and Tobago Women's Soccer Warriors. So that's it from Aaron King herself. She is a defender, a crucial player for the women's national team. If you don't know, she has been magnificent, as well as others. The men as well, and many other people have come to their aid by spreading this around. But this raises another question. It's easy for us to go into, a mob mentality and say, fire this person, fire that person. But let's not do that. Let's try to do things differently and look at things from an analytical point of view. We don't want to do the tabloid thing where we just jump on what's happening. This is not the first time this has happened. This has happened in 2014 when the current coach at the time, Randy Waldron, who I think, it's crazy that we didn't hold on to this guy, had to go on his social media and do the same thing and basically beg for assistance. The tweet said the following: I need help. TNT sent a team here last night with $500 total. No equipment such as balls, no transportation from airport to hotel, nothing. That was from Randy Waldron at the time, pleading to the TTFA, who was run by a different administration by the time. I hope to God that $500 was actually $500 US at least, which of course, as the report claimed, was burned through. $500 US, as anybody knows, is is insanely little for one person. But I mean, in the context of a national team, that's insane. And this, as I said before, let's try to be pragmatic and calm. This has happened before. It's happened twice. Usually the knee-jerk reaction is get rid of the administration. But I just want to put this out there. It raises the following questions. This is the second time this has happened. Why? Many are saying get rid of the administration, and few can argue that. But this has also happened under the previous regime. Why has this happened under both administrations? Is the TTFA doing all it can to prepare the teams? And also, what is even the role of the TTFA? Do people even understand what that means? I had to write these things down because I really thought this through. I'm not going to do knee-jerk reactions. I had it here and I had to go through this and try to construct a logical understanding of things instead of just going the usual negative route. And show people that that's not how we do things here. Let's try to rise above that and solve stuff in a constructive manner. Although it's very difficult. These problems have been well documented by other news resources in Trinidad and Tobago. So it also, once again, even goes a little further. I mean, if I go into my little analysis here, as I said, the quick reactions, what I would like to point out is that the thing that stands out to me is that let's say we get rid of the administration right now. Let's get rid of everybody. That's a knee-jerk reaction, which, based on recent events, is not, unjustifiable call because of the things that's going on. There's things happening with the men's under 20s and so on. But this has happened under the previous administration, which leads to even more questions. So the other administration, we had the same problem. We got rid of that administration and there's a new administration and the problem persists. What is the common denominator here? The common factor, for lack of a better expression. To me, it seems, even if you get rid of the administration, what does that say about our options? Are the new options available to us even good enough? Are we still going to have the same problem? And then there's the other question that a lot of people are not asking. We have the administration, the faces of these organizations, but nobody's asking about the recurring theme. Is it that the people that remain when the administrations change are responsible? Are they seeing what's going on? Because administrations change and usually the policies and implementation of policies change with them. But if it's a common recurring theme, then one has to take a closer look at the people who are still there even when the administrations change. And once again, it raises another question. We have always had financial problems. And the rhetoric that's being said by many people in the footballing circles, if you go online and check out those forums, a lot of people usually state that, we benefited from the financial power of the former FIFA vice president. We know who that is. And what it did was it encouraged a lot of complacency. And when that was taken away, for reasons that have been well documented, does it mean that the people that were left behind as a result had to actually work to do things? They didn't have that financial cushion to sit on their behinds and get things done. And as a result, they were clearly, woefully shown up. They were shown up that they were incapable of doing things. It's been many years. The role of the federation, we're going to do an entire video about that as well, is basically to ensure certain things. They get certain allocations from FIFA, but it is also the job of the federation to generate funds. But with that being said, that's another topic which we'll discuss, which deserves an entire space by itself. We have had a history of not being able to pay coaches. This is nothing new with the women as well, the men's national team. The allocation of funds, of course, that's another issue where, a lot of it is directed towards the men. The ladies are saying, why is it that they can't get the same sort of response? And what it shows here is an overall problem. And it's not just the heads of these administrations. I think it trickles down and people need to ask questions. A lot of people are saying there are people who are there who turn their backs, look the other way because they did not want to lose their piece of the apparent alleged pie. And I use the word alleged because nobody has, I don't have that proof. It's just from being around these things that, there's obviously allegations of corruption. You just look at the news with FIFA and so on. So, more questions and answers right now. And this is where I put the question to you all. We have a wide array of intelligent fans out there who understand football, who's been around. But the question I have asked, which I've never heard anybody else ask, is why it is these people who continue to be there, no matter who the administration is. If the administration changes tomorrow, there are going to be individuals that are still going to be there. And why the problem persists. And I think as long as these people are still there, it will always be basically poison in the well, or whatever expression you would like. This is not my usual high-pitched, high-energy video. I'm saying this in a very condensed, focused way because we're not trying to be accusing people or also being irresponsible in what we say. We're trying to analyze things based on the facts. And so far, just by observation, it seems as if there's a lot of things that don't add up, which a lot of people already know this. And to conclude, is giving a new administration going to solve the problem? Are we going to just change the face and still have the same people behind the scenes pulling the strings? Where we still going to have people who are not being paid? Is it that the Football Federation simply cannot afford to enter these competitions? And that raises a bigger question about the economy and just the general state. A lot of money is not accounted for still. That has been covered by other people. Let's discuss. Let me know your thoughts. Because the footballing public, I think, sees through this. I think they see through the current sort of empty promises, those insincere campaigns about trying to help the football environment. I think the footballing environment is intelligent enough to see through this. I know there's a lot of PR and a lot of people posting videos and articles that represent the organization. I think people are fed up, and I think that's what's really happening. People see through it. They see through the entire thing, and it's really sad, but people are starting to ask the right questions, and it doesn't bode well for the future right now. I mean, basically, according to our Twitter polls, 100% of our voters, 100% agree that the TTFA is to blame. Of course, the poll is still open. You can check it out on our Twitter polls, which I'll put in the link in the description below. Let us know what you think, yes or no. Comment in the comment section below if you believe otherwise. Let's discuss, as I said before. Did you like that video? Check out another video here. And also don't forget to click the subscribe button, because when you do, one of your enemies will feel it.